guys, thought I'd mess with some resin. Thought I'd bring you along. It is ready to unmold, so we might as well take care of that. This was just something I set aside to catch all my leftover resin. And I got it filled up yesterday, so I can take it out, see what I got. If I can get it to let go. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. So I had a purple, a blue, and a black in here. That's stuck. There we go. Stuck down. Well, that turned out kind of cool. I like how it gave it kind of a shadowy background. Get rid of those little leftovers. Well, that turned out pretty cool. Interesting. Well, alright. So I'm going to get started on this pumpkin. Might as well go with my, as you can tell, my favorite, because it's nearly gone. Okay, that's taking forever, so I stopped for a second and thought I'd try it with one of my gloved fingers, and that actually works way quicker and a lot easier, so let's do this. Whoops, don't lose my lid, I'll be sad. Oh, that works much better. Much quicker. Okay, so with something like this that has raised ridges, a latex glove seems to be the way to go. Or vinyl glove. Whatever kind of glove you got. Yes. So I'm going to do those, and then I'm going to see if I can find a nice, like, stemmy greenish color or brownish color for that. And I'll be back when those are done. Alright, well, I wanted to try out my copper color that I also have. So I added some of the copper. I'm not quite happy with it, so I'm going to go over it with this graphite, because I wanted it to be more shadowed, and the copper color that I have to replace my favorite one that I can no longer get, I wanted to see what color variation was, and it's a lot lighter, which is fine, but for how I wanted to do this, I want the lighter part to be in the center, not on the back, because to give this depth, I want to create a shadow behind the pumpkin in the back area. So we're just going to add some shadow like this, and that will bring depth back in and make it feel like the pumpkin face is more forward and the pumpkin back is set back. So I'm going to continue putting some shadow in and bring it back when it's time to pour the resin. I'm going to go with this Parakeet Green, the stem. Here's how the shading is looking so far. I am going to clean up with a little wet wipe in there just to get everything how I like it. But let's go ahead and get this green put in the stem. Oh, nice. I think that'll work really well. Alright, so we are loading up that stem with some pretty green. Heck, I might not even have to color the resin at all when I put it in there. I'll have it all colored with mica powders. Alright, we're going to clean it up a little bit with a wet wipe, and then I'm going to figure out what color of resin to put in. Alright, so I got my little wet wipe here, and I'm just going to clean up this central area where I want my resin to shine through. Didn't look like there's a whole lot, but there was. I'm going to give that a nice little arch right there in the center. I'm going to clean up this shadow here a bit. I think I let it down just a little farther than I wanted it. Oh, and I see I've got little fibers from the makeup brush that I was using as well, so make sure that I get those up and out of there. Okay. Well, as you know, things happen, so my phone did its automatic shut off thing, which I hardly ever have it happen, and well, I didn't want to touch my phone with resin all over my gloves, so we have resin in and poured. I wound up adding kind of a translucent color with this pigment called, I believe it's agate, I can't say it. It's a name of a rock. And then I went in with some pigment paste and made a more solid color, and then I took my dotting tool and swirled it. So that's what we wound up with, and in a few hours we can check it out and see how it turns out. I had some leftovers, and I had just enough to cast another little moose figurine and a couple of little turtles. So that's what I am doing. And